Let's get team news from elsewhere then. Vicarage Road, our next destination. Watford in action this afternoon against Hull. Watching this one for us, Sam Avery. Hey, Sam.
Hi Luke, and it's three changes from the Watford side that lost narrowly at Southampton last weekend. In come Francisco Sierralta, Ismail Kone and Ryan Andrews. Matty Pollock drops to the bench. There's no Tom Delibashiru or Georgi Chakvadadze either. So Watford line up like this, reverting back to a back five it looks like. Backman in goal, three centre-halves, Hoyt, Sierralta and Porteous. Lewis and Andrews as the wing-backs with Kayambe and Kone in midfield. And then Dennis and Asprilla supporting striker Vakun Bayo. On the bench for the Hornets, Hamer and Gaki are back on the bench. Ince, Livermore, Rajovic, Pollock, Martins, Morris and Ken Sema back on the bench as well for Watford as they take on a Hull City side in the playoff shake-up, 6 points off the playoffs but with a game in hand on sixth place Norwich. They're 3 games unbeaten, 1 defeat in 7 away from home. They've got a really good away record, Hull City, matching Watford's really poor home record. Now 11 home league games without victory. You've got to go back to November for the last time that Watford won a league game here. And although we're giving Tom Cleverley, the interim head coach, plaudits for some of the performances recently, they're 5 games without a win in the league. They haven't gone more than 5 games without a win since relegation from the Premier League 2 years ago. It's Watford against Hull City.
Sam Avery's at Vicarage Road this afternoon alongside Derek Payne. Hello to both of you.
Hello.
Afternoon, Luke.
It's really interesting what you said, Sam, about actually the games that he's been in charge of, and you know, some impressive results when you think of where Watford were. Draws against sides who are challenging at the top of the table, but actually in the big scheme of things he could do with a win, couldn't he? He could do with a win just for his own resume.
Yeah, he really could. And actually, interviewing him and listening to him speaking in interviews, he's actually getting a bit frustrated, I think, that he hasn't got that win, as much as that he's receiving plaudits and deservedly so for how he's turned things around here. He's got to start getting results, between now and the end of the season. They don't want to still be without this home win since November going into next season, because that would be ridiculous. I mean, even in his programme notes today, Tom Cleverley called it a crazy home run, that he's very keen to get rid of it. So yeah, he's double downing on the fact that his side really need a win today, or at least if not today, next week when they're at home, because he does not want this poor run of home form carrying into next season. But statistics and things, you can take them with a pinch of salt, can't you? Because as you referenced, Luke, that a lot of those draws recently were against top performing sides in the Championship. In this run of 5-6 games, they played 4 of the 5 best teams in the league. But when you look back in the history books, this could be, if they don't win today, their longest winless league run since relegation from the Premier League.
In the Championship, Watford faced Hull at Vicarage Road this afternoon. Sam Avery's been watching this one for Three Counties Sport.
Yeah, lots of goals everywhere but here. Watford 0, Hull City 0. It finishes at Vicarage Road. So the run of home games without a win in the Championship continues for Watford. The big moment of the game came just 10 minutes in. Carvalho was tripped by Hoyt inside the penalty area. Former Watford loanee Ozan Tufan had his penalty saved by Daniel Backman, and it was Backman who was called into action late on as well. A string of saves denying a Carvalho free kick, a Jacob effort from distance, and Greaves who was through on goal 1-on-1. Inspired performance from him. Watford did have chances at the other end as well. Martins fired wide when he probably should have scored late on. Finishes here Watford 0, Hull City 0.